Do GMOs use more pesticides? Have you ever wondered if genetically modified organisms, commonly known as GMOs, actually use more pesticides than traditional crops? This question is not just about farming practices. It touches on ethics, society, and our responsibilities toward the environment. Let's break this down. Genetically modified crops can be categorized mainly into two types: herbicide-tolerant crops and insect-resistant crops. Herbicide-tolerant crops allow farmers to use specific herbicides without harming the crop itself. In contrast, insect-resistant crops produce proteins that kill certain pests, reducing the need for insecticides. When it comes to herbicides, the introduction of herbicide-tolerant crops, particularly those resistant to glyphosate, has led to a notable increase in glyphosate use. For instance, between 1995 and 2014, glyphosate use increased nearly 15 times globally. This rise is especially evident in countries like Argentina and Brazil, where herbicide use in soybean farming tripled over a decade. However, while the total volume of herbicides may have increased, some studies suggest that the environmental impact can be less severe. This is because GM crops often allow for the use of more environmentally friendly herbicides. In certain cases, the overall herbicide use on GM crops is either lower or similar to that of conventional crops. On the other hand, insect-resistant crops like Bt cotton have significantly reduced the need for insecticides. Over a span of 24 years, the use of insecticides on Bt cotton dropped by hundreds of millions of kilograms. This reduction is beneficial for farmers and the environment, lowering chemical exposure risks. Yet, it is important to note that insecticide use on some GM crops, such as Bt corn, has seen an uptick after 2010. This increase may be due to pest resistance or other factors. From an ethical standpoint, the mixed results of pesticide use in GMOs raise important questions. The rise in herbicide use can lead to environmental issues, such as herbicide-resistant weeds and potential harm to biodiversity. These outcomes challenge our ethical commitment to sustainable farming and environmental care. Conversely, the reduction in insecticide use aligns with moral obligations to minimize harm to farmers, consumers, and ecosystems. Additionally, the use of GM technology raises concerns about corporate control over seeds and chemicals, farmers' independence, and long-term sustainability. Evaluating GMOs and pesticide use ethically means balancing the benefits of reduced insecticide application against the risks posed by increased herbicide use. It also involves considering the broader social and environmental impacts on farming communities and ecosystems. In summary, GMOs do not uniformly lead to increased pesticide use. Insect-resistant varieties have significantly lowered insecticide use, while herbicide-tolerant crops have often resulted in higher herbicide application, particularly glyphosate. The ethical implications of these facts requiring careful consideration of both environmental and social consequences alongside agricultural productivity.